Hello everyone. My name is Sukhjeet Kaur and I am currently working as a science mistress at Government Senior Secondary School, Butala Boys, District Amritsar. Today I am going to show you how to make a simple DC motor using the simple things available in your house. Yes, you can make it from scratch and it is not at all difficult. I'm sure that all the students of 10th class have read the topic of electric motor, but none of you have actually seen how it works. So my purpose today is to show you how a simple electric motor works. So friends, let's get started. So these are the simple things required to make an electric motor. These are the simple 1.5 volt batteries available everywhere. We all know about these. So this is a simple case which is taken out from a torch or a battery, and these are the safety pins soldered here. It is actually glued and internally soldered. Now this is the main part. This is a copper coil. You can make it by winding 20 to 15 turns of copper coil, copper wire. Using copper wire you can easily make it. This is a magnet. The magnets available are not that strong that they are not enough to produce a strong magnetic field. So this is a magnet taken out from a speaker. Now you just place this magnet here. It will start rotating. You can see, yeah, it is rotating perfectly now. You can see. One thing I want to mention here is that you just don't use a conducting copper wire for making this coil. You use an insulated one, otherwise it will short. As we know that DC motors are used in fans, coolers, electric toys also. There are a number of things in which DC motors are used. So this you can make easily at your home. So now I'm going to explain how the force acts and how this coil rotates. This is a Fleming's left hand rule. You just align the three fingers, that is the thumb, the forefinger and the middle finger, mutually perpendicular to each other, that is at 90-degree angles, like this. Then you apply it on this arm. So the forefinger points in the direction of magnetic field, the middle finger points in the direction of current, and the thumb will now give you the direction in which force acts. So I am going to show you. On this arm, the magnetic field is in this direction. You can see B, it is in this direction. So I am pointing my forefinger in this direction. The current in this arm, it is upward. So my middle finger is like this. You can see it is coinciding with I, and my forefinger is coinciding with B. So this thing. And now the thumb will give me the direction of force. Now you can see that the direction of the force is upwards, that is pointing out from the page. So this arm will go upward. It will go upward. Now similarly we will apply this Fleming's left hand rule on this arm. Again, the magnetic field is same, that is B, but now the current is downwards. So like this, B is here, you can see, and I is downwards, B is in this direction, I is in this direction. Now my thumb, you can see, thumb is pointing downwards. It means that this particular arm will go in downward direction, that is, it will go inside the page. So it will rotate like this. This arm will go upwards, this will go downwards, it will rotate like this.